Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest, Hungary for finals day at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. It's Chris O'Reilly here with you for the bronze medal match between Metz Handball from France and Vipers Kristiansand from Norway. The two sides who were beaten in the semi-finals yesterday and beaten basically because of a really slow and poor first half. Both sides in their debut at this level in Budapest, and both of them took a long time to get out of the traps. For Vipers Kristiansand, well, they never really stood a chance after going down so early and so heavily against the back-to-back champions DELO. While Metz, well, they came back into their game against Rostov, but just gave themselves a bit too much to do. The Vipers side, in fact, both sides will be expecting to do a lot better here today. For Vipers, well, we'll see how they did in that semi-final and what really cost them. But first, Metz against Rostov-Don. So Metz, after their narrow loss yesterday, will be hoping for a much better result this time around, and it will all come from this opening half. As I said, they left themselves with just too much to do in the second half and came back within 2 goals on a number of occasions, but just could not break that psychological barrier of getting within 1. They had their chances, they had a plethora of chances to cut the gap further, but Rostov managed to hold on tight. And in fact, a penalty save with 2 minutes left really decided the game at the end. Metz disappointed, of course, with that semi-final defeat, but regardless of the result today, they will have their highest ever placement in the Women's EHF Champions League. But for them, and of course their opponents today, Vipers Kristiansand, a bronze medal is a sweet way to end a season which has been, so far, their most successful. After 2 quarter-final defeats in the last 2 years, Metz have managed to make it to the big time. They've got a team willing and able to stay at this level. And a big lesson learned yesterday, particularly from that first half. I'm certain that they will be bouncing back today. Same for Vipers, who are even more of a surprise package this season, reaching the DELO Women's EHF Final 4 in just their 2nd season in the European top flight. But for them, they were just overawed, and the occasion got the better of them in their semi-final against the back-to-back defending champions DELO KC. 10 goals down at the break. They did manage at one stage to cut the gap to 7 goals, which we will see here in the highlights of DELO against Vipers. So after the semi-final defeat yesterday, Vipers Kristiansand looking to bounce back, and as is the case with Metz Handball, the first half will be crucial for them to actually wake up and play some handball in the opening 30 minutes. For them, just the one change, and that is Hannah Yittering is out, the line player, and replaced by Pernilla Viba. Besides that, all of the key players retained from yesterday. For them, players such as Jeanette Christiansen, Emily Haig Arntzen, Henny Reisad at centre-back, and Lynn Urum-Sulland, who is just 2 goals away from becoming the top scorer in this season's Women's EHF Champions League, will be crucial for them in their push for a very first bronze medal at this level. Already for them and Metz, it's their highest ever placement regardless of what happened, as neither side had reached the semi-finals of this competition before this weekend. But they will be looking to end the weekend on a high. So there's a little treat for you and a hint to exactly what goes on behind the scenes, building up for this incredible weekend. Lots of people doing so much work in the build-up months before the Women's EHF Final 4, and this event has developed so greatly over the past 5 years to this true pinnacle of women's team sport. And for both of these sides, it's their very first acquaintance with the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. A few players on either side who have been at this level before, such as Katrina Lunde for Vipers and Jon Blatt for Metz. But for the most part, they are rookies, and that really showed yesterday. Hopefully, both sides will have gotten any kind of nerves out of their system, and will be able to show us the kind of handball that saw them reach this level in the first place. Neither side would like to end their weekend without showing their true potential. And if you've just joined us, a reminder that this is the bronze medal match, the 3rd, 4th placement match here on the first of 2 games here on Final Sunday at the Women's EHF Final 4. Coming up at 6 o'clock Central European time, we have the final between the back-to-back defending champions Győri Audieto KC and the first-time finalists Rostov Don. I'm sure we will have a cracking game where there are plenty of personal rivalries going on, which we'll speak more about later. But the focus for now in the next couple of hours is on Metz and Vipers as they strive to win this battle of the bronze medal game. And both sides just finishing up their warm-up here. The game is about 18 minutes away, and in a couple of minutes we will have our opening show, something which has become a staple of Final Four events, not only on the women's side, but also in the Velux EHF Final Four. We had an incredible start to the weekend yesterday with the first opening show as Anastasia rocked the arena here. Every single show displaying a different theme as well, with handball intertwined. And it'll be always interesting to see what the organizers have up their sleeve for today. But the good news for both of these sides for this bronze medal game is that there were no serious injuries. Both sides changing things slightly, with Metz Handball getting rid of their third choice goalkeeper, Manuela dos Reis, and bringing in another backcourt player, Ilona Di Rocco. It'll be interesting to see whether she gets a shot here. For both sides, yes, there is a medal to play for, but also key will be giving both sets of players as much court time as possible, giving them experience at this level, particularly those who will be retained for the following season, because both Vipers and Metz are two sides which will be planning on sticking around at this level now that they've got a taste of what Budapest and the Women's EHF Final Four is all about. They'd like to stick around and make it back next season. Metz, a very solid and set team that hasn't changed much over the years, and that'll be the case next season as well. Whereas Vipers, there will be a few comings and goings over the summer, but for the most part, the core of coach Ola Gustav-Eksted's side will remain the same. Nice to see the arena filling up as well for this bronze medal game, seeing as the majority of the crowd are here supporting Djur. Well, it looks like we have at least over 50% of the crowd filled up now, and we still have another 15 minutes until throw-off. We had an incredible atmosphere for both games, in fact, yesterday. A packed house here at the 12,500 capacity Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest. And also nice to see a mix of color as well, as both of these sides playing here, and also Rostov-Don managed to bring a sizable contingent of fans, which is something you don't always see. But besides the vast swathes of green of Djur, you have the pink of Vipers, the yellow of Rostov, and yellow of Metz. With the lights going down, it can only mean one thing. It's time for our opening show. Time for the players to get off the court and for a little bit of entertainment before the main course in about 15 minutes time. So I'll go quiet now and let you enjoy the show.
I was the
Another excellent opening show, and with that, it means we are ready to go with the bronze medal match here at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4 at the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest. The lights are low for now, but in a few moments' time, I'll be up and ready to welcome the two teams. And during that opening show, as I look around, it seems like we've filled the arena very nicely as well. I think for a bronze medal match, we could be on for a new record. A fantastic turnout for this, and really shows the commitment from the crowd to enjoying a full day of entertaining handball. And both of these sides
who will celebrate a bronze medal
will be intent
the city of Metz and Metz Handball, or it's going
on
to
delivering.
be Norway, the city of Kristiansand, and Vipers Kristiansand. In fact, two newcomers will face each other in the bronze medal game, and one of them, for sure, will get a silverware.
So Metz Handball and Vipers Kristiansand, both sides aiming for their very first bronze medal in the Women's EHF Champions League. Regardless of what happens, it will be their best finish, but nobody wants to end the weekend in fourth place. Nobody wants to end their opening jaunt at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4 without a victory, or at least without a performance to be proud of. Both sides with much improved performances in the second half of their semi-finals yesterday. But they want to perform for the entire 60 minutes here and pick up the bronze medal. But before we introduce the two teams, it's time to introduce the flag of the competition and our referees for today. And our referees come from Germany, and they are Maike Merz and Tanja Schilha. They'll be officiating the big match today, and the first are two games. And as I mentioned before, at 6 o'clock Central European time, we will have the big final between Győri Audieto, KC, and Rostov-Don, the Hungarian superstars, against the Russians with Győr's former coach at the helm, Ambros Martin. That'll be quite an entertaining affair, but we're expecting a very entertaining affair here as well. And first to be introduced here this afternoon is Vipers Kristiansand, a team who had quite a shock in their opening 30 minutes of Final 4 handball, really being shown what it's all about. But eventually they grew into the game, and it'll be very important for them. And players such as Jeanette Christiansen, Emily Haig-Arntzen, Henny Reistad, Marta Tomats, Lynn Joram-Solland, and Silja Vada. 6 really impressive backcourt players to really step up and show what they're made of today. Their big problem yesterday was their shooting was just not up to scratch. Katrina Lunda in goal as well will be vital. There she is coming onto court. 4-time Women's EHF Champions League winner. Twice with Győri here in Hungary, also twice with Viborg from Denmark. Marta Tomats, who's a very experienced player, playing in centre back, as is a few of these players such as Katrina Lunda, Lynn Solland, Pernilla Viba as well, who's come in for this game today. She did not play in the semi-final. Number 17, Viba, in on the line. All led by coach Ola Gustav Ekstad, who has won the Champions League in the past as a coach with Larvik. Also led Larvik to the Women's EHF Final 4, losing in the final to Budućnost. He then took a 3-year career hiatus, but came back at the beginning of this season and led Vipers all the way to Budapest. As for Metz, well, they've been building up to this weekend for a few years now. After 2 quarter-final defeats in succession, they finally got all the way to Budapest this year. Yeah, they failed to show up in the first half of the semi-final against Rostov-Don. Found themselves 7 goals down, and really, in the end, left themselves with too much to do. They were in the game right until the very end, but a penalty save by Maisa Pessoa with 2 minutes left to play was the final nail in the coffin. Players to look out for: Well, Manon Huet out in the left wing had a stormer, particularly in the second half. She was wonderful. Xenia Smits, the left back from Germany, she was quite underwhelming, it has to be said. She'll be hoping for a much better performance today. She's her top scorer so far this season with an impressive 63 goals. Grassadi, after her semi-final performance, overtook her in terms of scoring, and she was the outstanding player in the semi-final with 9 goals. Also, Laura Flip and Nonciane Nyombla with 4 goals apiece had very good second halves as well. But they'll need more than a second half performance this time around if they wish to pick up the bronze medal. So at the end of the anthem, it's time for the formalities to come to an end to get this Super Sunday of handball here at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4 underway. Both sides who have only met twice in the past. That was back in the 2017-18 season. Both occasions victories for Metz, but here is a very, very different occasion. Vipers Kristiansand today, as I said, just one change for them. Pernilla Wiebe comes in on the line instead of Hannah Yittering. Besides that, all the key players available for them. Katrina Lunde in goal, number 16, will be crucial, as will, I feel, Silja Bode. Number 11 had very good game in right back. Henny Reistad showed her talent at times from the centre-back position. As for Metz Handball, Grace Zadi, number 7, centre-back. Also, Xenia Smits, number 22, as I mentioned moments ago, was somewhat disappointing. She will need a bigger day today. Laura Flip, very impressive on the right-hand side. She can play right wing and right back. And Manon Huet, number 11, on the left wing. Also a dangerous player. 8 of these Metz players played in the EHF Euro final in December and won gold on home court. So they know what it's about, these final weekends. And they're sure to have learned their lessons from the semi-final. There's our first head-to-head. 2 incredible goalkeepers, Laura Gloser and Katrina Lunde. Gloser didn't have a great game yesterday. She'll hope to produce something much, much better this time around. We'll see if she gets the start. And there we have Grassadi, number 7, centre-back, 25 years of age, and Henny Reistad, number 25. 20 years of age, another centre-back. 2 players who'll be around this top level of women's handball for years to come. And there are our referees, as I mentioned before, from Germany, Maike Merz and Tanja Schiller. So, with the introductions complete, it looks like we're just about ready to go here with the bronze medal game at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. And both sides will be sporting their traditional colours. No colour clashes here in a very colourful bronze medal game. Metz Handball in their yellow shirts and blue skirts. And Vipers Kristiansand, who will be getting us underway, attacking from left to right on your screens with their pink jerseys and black shorts. And here we go with the bronze medal game at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. It's Chris O'Reilly here with you for this first of 2 matches live from the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena in Budapest. And it's Henny Reistad who gets the start in centre-back. Emily Arnson at left-back and Lynn Sulland in the right-back position. So same starting team as yesterday. Hopefully they'll be able to produce something better this time around. First shot of the game is saved by Ivana Kapitanovic as she takes a towel with her as well. That was not intended. But a solid start for Kapitanovic, who gets the start ahead of the first choice goalkeeper, Laura Gloser. But to be fair to her, she did have a very good second half when she was brought in for Metz, and she's been rewarded with the start here this afternoon. Ball across to Smits is spilled, and a chance here on the fast break for Vipers. Taken by Silja Vårda. Vårda across, and Kristiansand plays the ball into the line. That's nicely done, and there's the first goal of the game. And that's a nice start for Vipers down the other end. Xenia Smits comes flying in straight from the throw-off. She scores the equaliser. Katrina Lunda not happy about it at all. She was claiming there was either an attacking foul or she landed inside. But a much brighter start to the game for Xenia Smits in comparison to yesterday. So, it's all guns firing here for both sides in these opening minutes. That's what we like to see. Ball across to Arntzen. Sulland cuts inside, and she earns herself a free throw. As I mentioned earlier on, Lynn Sulland will need 2 goals today to become the top scorer in the entire competition this season. It'll be a nice addition to a bronze medal if she can lead her side to victory today. Arntzen, ball across to Sulland. Sulland cuts out to the right-hand side. The space there for Henny Reistad, but she runs into trouble. Free throw given, and the hand is up for passive play. And Metz showing us the defense which they are famed for, and showed us at times yesterday as well in the second half. But that's a nice breakthrough. And the referees don't give the goal, however. Just a, well, I say just a penalty, but Henny Reistad doing very well there to earn it. And a chance now for Lynn Sulland to get her first of the day. And if she scores this, which she does, it means that she goes joint top of the scoring charts. One more for her, and the top scorer award will be in her grasp at the moment. She's in a 3-way tie, but looking pretty good with 57 minutes of handball left to play in this bronze medal game. Orlan Canor starting in the left back position for Metz, and Xenia Smits filling in the right back. So a bit of a change up for Metz at the beginning of this game compared to yesterday. Beatrice Edvige on the line, as you would expect. To Canor. Canor with the jump shot, stopped and kept in. Oh, almost kept in. I think that'll be a sideline ball. Yes, it is. Katrina Lunda doesn't look happy with that at all, but the referees were spot on with that. I think it was Henny Rice that tried to get her hands on it, but ended up knocking the ball out of play. Smits into Zadi. Canor. Zadi cuts across to the right, lays it off to Smits, but the referee called for the free throw. Canor. Zadi tries to find the line, it's cut out, but the referees blow the whistle again. A bit trigger happy in these opening minutes, the German referees, trying to stamp their authority on this game. But good defending so far by Vipers. Ball into the line is cut out again. Strong defending, and really that ball in from Zadi was a bit forced. She decides to go alone this time, saved by Katrina Lunda. Picked up, and a chance for Vipers on the second wave here. Reistad cuts inside, looks for the outlet. Ball out to Sulland, out to the wing to Malin Auna. Oh, beautiful shot. Auna took her time there in the air, fired it past the face of Kapitanovic, and a 3-1 lead to Vipers. Smits decides to slow things down, and they'll have to consider their situation here in attack. Metz at the moment, Vipers in defense looking very, very strong, with Kristiansand, Matilda Kristiansand in the center of defense alongside Arntzen, doing a fine job so far. Canor tries to find the line, but that's stolen. Brilliant steal. And that has to be a, I was going to say it has to be a Vipers ball, but it wasn't, and I really don't understand that one. I'm pretty sure that was fairly stolen by Jeanette Kristiansand. I have to give her some credit there. But the referees decide otherwise, and it remains a Metz ball. Ole Ekstad, not a happy camper either, over on the Vipers bench. Breakthrough, and the shot goes wide to the left, but the referees call a free throw, and another warning, this time to Silja Vårda. Zadi to Smits. Smith tries to go 1-against-1, lays it off to the wing. That's a nice ball, but it's wide to the left. And Vipers looking on top here in defense, and Katrina Lunde happy with that. Oh, Lunde covered the shot well. Wasn't the greatest of shots, has to be said, by Katarina Levsha. Rystad coming in on the empty switch, receives the ball from Sulland. Arnson looks for some help from the wing, but plays it back inside to Rystad. Sulland to Rystad. She's got space around the 9-meter area. Sulland looks for some space, lays it off to Arnson. Hand is now out for passive play. Auna comes in from the wing. Arnson, ball across to Sulland. She's on the wrong side, though. In comes Metz Kristiansand. It's all a bit messy here at the moment. There's space for Arnson now, though. And eventually they find the space and open up a 4-1 lead. Really patient attacking there by Vipers. At one stage looked a bit disjointed, but in the end there was the space for Emily Haig Arnson for the shot, and she put it away. So Metz's defense stretched to the limit there, and they were doing so well until that final moment where Arnson got a meter of space in around 9 meters and finished it off for a 3-goal lead to the Norwegians. Smits runs into trouble, tries to lay the ball off, but there's nobody home, and the referees, I think, are going to call the first 2-minute suspension of the game.
2-minute suspension for number 9 in Vipers, Mathilde Kristiansand.
And it's Mathilde Kristiansand, the Dane, who gets the first suspension of the day after almost 7.5 minutes. A bit over-aggressive defending there, according to the referees, and a chance now for Metz to play 6-on-5 in attack. A bit more space to work with now. Let's see what they can do with it. Canor decides to go alone, and that's nicely saved by Lunde, but a heavy challenge on Orlan Canor as she took the shot. And another 2-minute suspension dished out, this time to Silja Vade. And the problem, I think, with Canor, when she comes in, she jumps so high, and in the end she was the one making contact, though. Not too sure there was too much the defender could do about that. Canor is such an athletic jump shooter that she's going to draw contact no matter what. And the question then for the referees is it the defender's responsibility to take care of the jump shooter there? In that case, I would not have said so. Nicely done there by Grassadi. She breaks through, fouled on the way through, and earns herself a penalty. Kristiansand and Arnson just a moment too late there. And Manon Huet comes in to take the penalty. She had a fantastic second half yesterday. Influential in their comeback, and here she is with the first penalty of the day, which she puts away. And Metz cut the deficit to 2 goals. For the next minute or so, there'll be 2 players up, so a real chance for them to get back into the game. Vipers taking out the goalkeeper so they can play 5-on-6 in attack. Really dangerous here, and you can see Metz stepping out to 9 meters and trying to force the mistake here. Vipers have to be careful with the ball and draw fouls like that. They've got 30 seconds left on the first suspension. Rystad to Sulland. Sulland with the shot, and Sulland with the goal. And with that goal, Lynn Joram Sulland becomes the top scorer in this season's Women's EHF Champions League. Congratulations to you, Lynn. 2 goals very early on is helping her side to a lead, and we get a quick response there. This time, Katarina Levsha makes no mistake from the right wing. As I mentioned before, the last goal from Lynn Sulland takes her up to 81 for this season, and that is almost certainly going to be enough for her to take the top scorer award. So no matter what happens at the end of today, there will be a Vipers player picking up a trophy after the final. Auna. Sulland across the right side. Sulland again. Oh, she's got space. Ball out to Malin Auna. And nice save there by Kapitanovic. Auna with almost too much space there, but Kapitanovic stood her ground very, very well. Smits. Ball across. There's space on the wing, but no ball to the wing needed by Grassani. She takes the hit and scores the goal. Arntzen, ball across the right side. Saved by Kapitanovic again, but a penalty called by the referees. Nice counter-attacking there by Vipers. Straight down the other end, and both sides really showing their counter-attacking skills and speed here so far today. Yellow card handed out to Levsha. And that's the second time that Rystad, flying through that left-back position, has earned a penalty. And Lynn Sulland steps up to take it again. Oh, and the keeper went the right way, but couldn't keep it out. And Lynn Sulland gets her third of the game already. Vipers go up by 2. Smits straight into the hands of a defender, but a foul called. And against Vipers, you'll have to be delighted with the start they've shown so far today, as we see that penalty almost saved by Kapitanovic. Went the right way, but couldn't keep it out. And a bit of an issue here with Katrina Lunda's goal, as the back netting seems a bit loose. Bit of DIY being done by Katrina Lunda, looking for a scissors. And while we have this little break, just a chance to remind you, take a look at our social media channels as well today. We've got on Instagram at EHFCL, on Twitter at EHFCL, and EHF Champions League on Facebook. Plenty of coverage for you, plenty of behind-the-scenes coverage, the best highlights from all the games, and also with our mobile reporters and Anya Althaus, our ambassador for this competition, bringing you some special behind-the-scenes footage with the players, with the crowd, and all the fun things going on here in Budapest this weekend. Katrina Lunda showing us her handiwork here, doing a bit of DIY with the goal. No scissors available, but no need. Katrina Lunda has been through it all. Probably not the first time she's had to fix a goal either, but maybe not what you'd expect to be doing in a bronze medal game of the Women's EHF Champions League. But I digress. We're back underway. And Metz making their way back into this game slowly but surely. That double 2-minute suspension certainly helped. That was a nice 1-2, and an excellent piece of play and attack. And it's Marianne Maubon gets her first goal of the game. Nicely done there. Came flying in from the left wing. Quick 1-2. And she makes it a 1-goal game. So in for the first time today, Marta Tomats in the centre-back position. She comes in for Rystad. Sulland looking for the ball in the right-back position, but she's being aggressively defended by Nokandi. Arntzen, however, lays it off to Tomats. Tomats looks for Sulland. Sulland, ball across to the left wing. Jeanette Kristiansand goes alone, but that one's a bit too high over the crossbar. Kapitanovic looks for the quick pass out to Smits. Zadi now to Smits. She spins past her defender. Ball out to the left wing isn't a great one. And it is a Vipers ball, I believe. Yeah, I wasn't too sure whether a defender got a touch on it, and it was indeed the case. So the referees give the ball to Metz. And after almost 12.5 minutes here, we've got a real game in our hands. Both sides flying out of the blocks here. Really showing us that they've learned their lessons from yesterday, and the occasion not getting the better of them this time around. Smits goes from the right back position, and that's Estania Smits we know and love. Much, much better from her, flying in from the wrong side, to be fair, from the right back position. She gets a nice goal as that ball is thrown away. Edvige lays it off to Maubon, back into Edvige. She goes to ground, looks for the pass, nicely done, and a save, but a penalty called as Gras Zadi was hauled to the ground before she could get her shot off. And really nicely done by Edvige, it has to be said. Beatrice Edvige was down, managed to maintain her composure. And with the penalty to be taken from Manon Huet, we have Metz in the lead for the first time today. And Lunda going the right way, but couldn't get that right leg up on time. And a nice turnaround by Metz. They're on a 6-2 run at the moment. It was at one stage 4-1 to Vipers, so now it's time for Vipers to respond. Sullivan takes a few too many steps there, and the referees call it. Smits to Zadie. Zadie looking for the outlet. Ball across to Smits. She decides to go 1-against-1. Xenia Smits into the line to Edvige, over the head of the keeper. Makes contact with Lunda as well, and looks like Katrina Lunda is in serious pain here. They're making contact with the knee, and that does not look like a pretty sight, unfortunately. And you could see as Beatrice Edvige took the shot, she made contact with Lunda. And as they collided, a bit of an unfortunate twist, I think, for the left knee of Katrina Lunda, and that is not what you want to see. And Edvige also looking very uncomfortable with that. Did not want to be the person responsible for a knee injury. And unfortunately, it looks like it is the end of this competition for Katrina Lunda. And a real worry for Ole Gustav Ekstad and the Kristiansand girls, as they've lost one of the most influential and talented players on the court, the 4-time champion Katrina Lunda, and worry all around the arena at the moment. Not looking good whatsoever for poor Katrina. And for Vipers, for Metz, all they can do is try and focus on the game now, and hopefully we will see Katrina Lunda get up on her feet. But I think for precaution, she'll be carried off. You don't like to assume the worst in these situations, but it did not look very good for her. And a purely accidental incident as well. Both players simply doing their job, and it looked like an unfortunate twist of the leg as Katrina Lunda went down low to try and save that one. And serious worry and dismay on the faces of the Kristiansand supporters here. And with still 45 minutes left to play, it means we will see Alina Fagerheim come in between the posts. He played a few minutes of the semi-final yesterday when the game was over as a contest. Now for her, perhaps an unexpected chance to shine for the young second-choice goalkeeper. She'll be leaving the club at the end of the season. But all thoughts at the moment for everyone inside this arena is for the health and well-being of Katrina Lunda. Medical staff really taking their time here, making sure that she is secure and comfortable before she makes way. Katrina's sister as well, who's on the coaching staff, naturally incredibly worried for her as she stands beside her sister. And as applause rings around the crowd, looks like Katrina will be taken off court. Still looking in severe pain, and naturally everyone in the arena on their feet for an absolute hero of women's handball, Katrina Lunda, 4-time champion, twice with Jura, so everyone inside this arena appreciate what she's done over the years. And hopefully it will not be the last time we see her in action here in Budapest, but at least for this weekend, that's it for her. And Alina Fagerheim comes in between the posts, and we're back underway here. 14 minutes played in this bronze medal game of the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. Metz have come back from a 3-goal deficit to lead 8-6 here. And Vipers will have to get over this injury and try and bounce back. Ball across to Sulland. Sulland looks to go 1-against-1. Ball back across to Arntzen. Kristiansand helps out. Arntzen cuts inside. That's nicely done by Emily Arntzen. And she, with a bit of a googly bounce shot, manages to get it past Kapitanovic. Her second goal of the game. 2 out of 2 for her. Not the best shot in the world, but she dealt with the contact well and through the legs of the keeper. Zadi in the center, basically the backcourt trio which began the game for Metz, still in play here. But Jonbla warming up, as is Fleep, right beside me at the moment, as we see a heavy, heavy challenge and a penalty called as well. Zania Smits taking her time to get up off the court. 2-minute suspension handed out to Marta Tomats. And yeah, the high arm. Zania Smits coughs that one out. She should be okay as Manon Huet steps up for her third penalty of the day. Off the post, and a bit of glory there for the second choice goalkeeper for Kristiansand. Alina Fagerheim went the right way as well. Forced the shot wide off the post, and maybe a little momentum shift here for Kristiansand. A chance for them to draw level yet again. And as Tomats goes off for the 2-minute suspension, it means that Henny Reistad comes into the centre-back position again. Reistad out to the right-hand side. Sulland finds the line, beautiful ball in, bounce into the top left-hand corner. And we're all square at 8 here. Nice recovery by Vipers. Ball into the line is no good and picked up by Zadi. Nguyen has come in on the line. Astrid Nguyen looking for the pass. Ball out to the left wing isn't a great one, but recycled. Canor. Smits. Oh, beautifully done off the post though, and the referees are happy with the defending. A bit of a heavy challenge there on Zania Smits as she broke through. Let's look at that one again. A high challenge again, no different to the penalty that was given moments ago, it has to be said, but German referees giving nothing, doing no favors for the German international backcourt player there. And it's a 2-goal run now for Vipers, a chance for them to regain the lead. Sulland, Reistad blocked down and saved by Kapitanovic. Zadi, ball out to the left back position, back to Grassadi. Smits out to the wing, lots of space here, and near post, goal, and Metz take the lead again through Ekaterina Levsha, her second of the day. And Metz doing well there to make the most of the extra woman advantage. 2 quick goals for them, and they're back in the lead. Sulland to Reistad. Arntzen, ball into the line. That's stolen by Melanie Nokandi. Can she go all the way alone? Ball across, nicely done there. Off the crossbar though, and a let off for Vipers. And a chance for them now in the counter-attack. Reistad, Arntzen. The space on the right-hand side if they wanted, but instead a timeout called by Vipers coach Ole Gustav Ekstad. Entertaining opening 18 minutes here with one real disappointing injury for Katrina Lunda. Let's listen into the coaches.
Nei, nå får vi de posisjoner vi har, men vi må ikke trekke oss der og drive og krysse. Gå 1 mot 1 og trøkk deg gjennom. Du kommer igjennom, da får vi 7 meter for 2 minutter. Vi må ta de mulighetene nå. Ikke gå og se etter krysset hvis vi er forbi. Da må vi gjennom. Ja? Så blir det samme som gjelder nå. Fra derfra og dit. Det må gå fortere. Vi må være klare, og vi må samle det om midten. Ok? Kjør vi.
Si on arrive à se déconnecter un peu donc de la réussite de leur début de match, où les choses elles sont déjà entendables, derrière le reste ça roule. Il faut qu'on arrive à rester concentré sur les choses assez simples. Que effectivement, Méline, ta distance avec Souland sur la fin de possession était géniale. C'est comme ça, dès qu'on arrive à s'aligner en haut à 2, c'est super. Et il faut maintenir, via Nyoncian et Marion Lam, une pression max sur les ailières. Parce qu'à chaque fois, le début d'enclenchement, c'est elle. Et quand Grasse était aligné là-bas et que Méline avait fait la même, c'est Kristiansand qui est venu un peu faire chez tout le monde. Donc il faut mettre un maximum de pression. Continuez à courir, vous êtes bien les filles, vraiment.
Bravo les filles.
We're back underway here with Vipers in possession, looking for an equalizer here. 18 minutes of play in the first half of this bronze medal match. But Reistad bringing Kristiansand into play. Arntzen, ball across to Souland. Auna looking for the in-flight goal! Excellent 1-2 there. And Arntzen coming flying in from the backcourt with the in-flight finish. What a way to draw level straight out of the playbook of Ola Gustav Ekstad. And that's a beautiful way to come out of the timeout. Vipers bring themselves level, 9 goals apiece. And this game, besides the natural dampener, which was the injury to Christina Lunda, has been very, very entertaining so far. Flip held up as she's come into play out in the right wing. Zadi Smits, who's in on left back now, and Jon Bla in the right back position. Referees say inside attacking, and the ball goes back to Vipers, almost stolen, but Souland picks it up. Arntzen looks for the outlet. Reistad, ball into the line, isn't a good one though, and a chance in the fast break down the right-hand side. Jon Bla picks it up, Nyoncian. Jon Bla gets her first goal of the game and brings Metz up to the 10-goal mark. Nice pass by Kapitanovic, and Jon Bla does the rest. Reistad, Souland, Arntzen, Jeanette Kristiansand comes in from the left wing, but her shot is blocked down. I think feeling a bit starved for possession there. Kristiansand looking to get involved as soon as possible. Rushed her shot a little bit there though. Auna comes in from the right wing. Ball back to Arntzen. She looks for the line. It's cut out by Engwa. The referees eventually called a free throw for the foul on Kristiansand. Reistad sets the attack in motion. Souland. Arntzen from long range, and all she needs is a standing shot. Excellent finish by Emily Haig Arntzen. Flip to Jon Bla, but a foul. And they're looking to get the game back underway as soon as possible, Metz, but the referees have other ideas. As we go into the final 10 minutes of this first half. And we're all square, 10 goals apiece. Smits to Azadi, flip. Smits with a shot and saved by Fagerheim. And they continue, nice stop. And another confidence booster for Elina Fagerheim. Kristiansand, Arntzen cuts inside, Kristiansand. And taking their time now, Vipers in attack. I feel no need to rush it. They've drawn themselves level again, 10 goals apiece. Have to be fairly happy with their attacking in this game so far. Souland. Reistad. Henny Reistad breaks through and gets herself a goal. That's excellent play. Henny Reistad shining bright in that centre-back position for Vipers, and they have the lead again. Ball over the top, nicely collected by Jon Bla. And a timeout called by Metz coach Emmanuel Meonad. Not too happy with what he's seeing since the timeout just a few minutes ago. And he takes a timeout of his own, which we can listen into right now.
Je vais vous le dire en essayant d'avoir un maximum de simplicité. On se met d'accord à la vidéo pour dire que le poste 3 de là doit sortir sur Souland. Soit tu peux le faire et tu sors et tu la gardes sur le croisé, soit en vidéo tu lèves la main, tu me dis moi je veux pas le faire. Parce que ce qui se passe c'est que Souland elle court à l'intérieur là-bas, que elle derrière elle anticipe un peu avec le pivot parce qu'elle pense que tu vas sortir, et que derrière quand Arsen elle arrive, on est tous en retard sur la séquence. Astrid, s'il te plaît, tu sors, tu gardes et tu découpes. Sinon, Xenia, vous changez sur la séquence parce qu'il faut que le premier poste 3 se désaligne sur toutes les arrières qui vont courir à l'intérieur. C'est la commande telle que nous l'avons entendue collectivement. Après, vous connaissez les enjeux, Méline. Si on sort ici, là, il faut que tu viennes entraîner Astrid. Astrid, si on sort Méline là-bas, c'est que tu es seul. Donc c'est pareil, mets de l'énergie sur le duel. Allez.
Allez. À 3, 5 de 3, ensemble. Allez.
Kontringsmuligheter kan ikke bli stående hele laget og så begynne å løpe til 3-4 sekunder. Kanter, dere må stikke. Kom dere opp. Da blir det plass til bakspillet, men dere kan ikke ligge igjen oppe på 10-11 meter. Dere må helt ned i sumpa, og så må vi fullføre der. Så fortsetter vi nå å sette opp 1 mot 1 med Steven, men det er viktig at passningen kommer tidlig nok og steppa tidlig nok og fortsetter å gå i det rommet.
So as we see Lasonage and David Devis waving to the crowd, we're back underway here. 2 local heroes at the moment. They have helped lead Veszprem to the Vipers EHF Final4 at the beginning of next month. David Devis, a big fan of women's handball as well. He was the coach of Vardar right here a couple of seasons ago. Now leading Veszprem as coach, and he's done extremely well since coming in as well. Transformed the side and transformed their fortune as well. And Lasonage, who announced earlier this week that he will retire at the end of this season. So Cologne next month will be his grand farewell. Smits, Jazadi, Yombla, line switch with Engwan. Smits looking for space on the right-hand side. That's a nice ball. And Engwan, oh, excellent stop by Alina Fagerheim. Doing fantastically well since coming in a very difficult situation for Vipers. She's stepping up. And her teammate, Katrina Lunda, will be proud when she sees this eventually. Her save has given Vipers a chance now to extend their lead to 2. 7 minutes left here in the first half. Soland, Reistad, ball across to the wing. Auna recycles it, bodies on the ground, back to Malin Auna. Oh, beautiful shot into the top left-hand corner. Not at a great angle whatsoever, but perfectly dispatched into the corner. Metz now looking for an immediate response. Smits out to Zadi, Zadi to Engwan. She somehow manages to find a way through and places that one in. Good response by Metz, they're back within 1. Reistad, Arnsen, Reistad, Solan with a bit of space here, goes for the shot, but she hesitated a bit and Kapitanovic was equal to it. Furious pace here in this bronze medal match of the DELO Group Women's EHF Final4. Both of these sides in their very first weekend in Budapest. No matter what happens for either side, it will be their best finish in this competition. But a bronze medal will be a sweet way to reward their season. Zadi across to Yombla. Oh, nicely placed into the bottom left-hand corner by Noncian Yombla.
Another one from Noncian Yombla.
Bit late from Kristiansand coming out, and she punishes her with a sidearm shot to make it 12 goals apiece. 5.5 minutes left in this first half. Soland had a moment, but didn't take her chance. Arnsen back to Soland, looks for the line, but nobody's home. Chance for Kapitanovic on the break. Smits, ball out to Zadi. Xenia Smits can take it up to about 9 meters, lays it off from Yombla, goes one way, then the other. Smits to Zadi. Zadi decides to slow things down. Into the final 5 minutes of this first half. We're all square, nothing between the sides at the moment. Smits goes one way, then the other, but too many steps called. And that little drop of the shoulder works well, but she'd already taken 2 steps before she tried it. Ball across to Soland. Space on the left-hand side. Arnsen back out to the right, though, to Soland. Really the opportunity almost lost, but the ball into the line from Soland was good this time. And there was Matilda Kristiansand with her 3rd goal of the game. The line players were a bit absent for Vipers yesterday, but so far today, 3 from 3. Perfect game for Vipers Kristiansand, and doing a fine job in the center of defense as well. Smits to Zadi. Zadi Engwan comes around on the line switch, and Smits comes in to the empty center back position. She wakes her way through, but shot straight at the keeper. The referees called a foul though, and a 2-minute suspension.
This is
After a very strict opening 10 minutes, they had sold them a little bit, but on that occasion, DELO Kristiansand is punished for her foul, and that's her second 2-minute suspension. And as I said, she was doing very well in defense, but on that occasion was caught out, tried to make up for it, and was rightly punished. Up steps Grass Zadi for this penalty. Ouet missed the last one. Zadi fakes once, twice, and squeezes that one in to the bottom right-hand corner. There wasn't much room left for that shot to go in, but somehow Zadi got enough behind it, and Fagerheim went the right way, but couldn't quite cover the bottom right-hand corner. So we have Tonja Refsnes in at left back at the moment. Scored her very first goal in the Champions League this season yesterday in the semi-final. What a place to score as well. And she's been given a chance here to impress again. Sulan drifts across to the left-hand side. Reistad leaves the ball behind her, but there was a foul on Flip. Refsnes across to Sulan. Hand is now up for passive play. Reistad with a bit of space to play into. The pass isn't great though. Picked up by Sulan. They're going to have to take a shot pretty soon here. Pretty sure they're running out of passes. Shot comes in. It's saved by Kapitanovic. She looks up for the fast break opportunity. Smits over to Zadi. She's got plenty of space to run into here. What she decides to do, ball into the line, wasn't a great one. And really with all the space around the court, Xenia Smits tries to play it in between two defenders. Luckily for her, however, there was a foul on Engwan, and it remains a Metz ball. 1-2 there with the line player. Ball out to the right wing, space for the shot, and that's nicely put away by Laura Flip.
First goal for number 8 in Metz, Laura Flip.
Taking advantage of that extra woman in attack, Laura Flip, with her first shot and first goal of the game. Sees Metz take the lead yet again. This lead has swapped over many times in these opening 28 minutes of the game. And at the moment, it's the French side in the ascendancy. Refsnes to Reistad. Auna is coming in from the right wing, looking to help out. Reistad, excellent, through the legs of the keeper. Doesn't waste time on that. Goes low with a sidearm shot, her second of the day.
25.
Stats not looking too great at the moment. 2 goals from 5 attempts, but she has earned 2 penalties at least as well. So overall, not a bad output from Henny Reistad. And we're all square again with just over a minute left to play in the first half. Smits. Zadi looks for the line. Excellent pass into the line. Good handling as well by Astrid Engwan.
Nice ball inside, and the second goal for Astrid Engwan.
She's had a good game since coming in. The passes into her haven't always been perfect, but she's making the most of the opportunities.
Already in the last minute of the first half.
Not only to catch that with her left, but also transfer to the right to get the shot off for her second goal of the game. And with 40 seconds left now, it's Metz. 1 goal to the good. Nice breakthrough there by Henny Reistad. She's on fire at the moment, really dictating the attacking play for Vipers.
25 for Vipers.
What a quick turn of pace she has as well. And on more than one occasion so far today, tearing through that Metz defense. There's 15 seconds here left in the first half. We're all square. Ball across to Smith, into the line. Engwan over the head of the keeper. Nice finish there. She stays down. There's 6 seconds left in this first half. Engwan is still down. A chance here for Sulan from long range, but it's wide. And Kapitanovic takes the last shot after the buzzer. And at the end of 30 minutes here, we've had 31 goals. So plenty of entertainment. Pretty much everything you want to see from a bronze medal match, except, of course, for the injury to Katrina Lunde, which is a real dampener on the occasion. And our thoughts, everyone here from the EHF and EHF TV, go out to Katrina Lunde. Hopefully she will be okay. But it didn't look good, it has to be said. But all credit to Vipers. They managed to get it out of their heads. They managed to continue fighting, and they have played very, very well so far. Some great attacking handball from both sides, it has to be said. 31 goals, a 1-goal lead for Metz at the break. And it'll be really interesting to see how both sides approach the second half as well. When it comes to attack, both sides looking very, very good. But these are two teams which really pride themselves on their defending. And at the moment, with 31 goals, there's not much defending going on. Here are the stats so far. Very high scoring percentages, 67 to 65, very even. Saving percentage from Metz, and Ivana Kapitanovic slightly better than her opposite number. 4 2-minute suspensions for Vipers in this first half compared to nothing for Metz is quite an interesting stat. Very few technical fouls and turnovers as attack is in the ascendancy so far. Scoring from Vipers, and it's Emily Arntzen leading the way with 4 goals, 3 goals apiece for Mathilda Christensen, Lynn Soland, who's now the top scorer in the entire competition, and Henny Reistad. As for Metz, much more spread out, with Engawan top scoring for them on 3, and then a plethora of players on 2 and 1 goal. But that's it for the first half here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes time with live coverage of the second half of this bronze medal game at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. But at the break, it's Metz from France leading the way, 16 goals to 15 against Vipers Kristiansand.
And there, your partner will get the ball, and you have to come back the other way. Clear? So, you start. You please go over there, because you're gonna...
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our bronze medal game at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. At the break here, it's Metz Handball from France 16, Vipers Kristiansand from Norway 15. A very entertaining and high-scoring opening 30 minutes here, with the only real dampener in the game is the injury to Katrina Lunde, the 39-year-old four-time champion, the goalkeeper for Vipers, who went off with what looks like a very serious knee injury halfway through the first half. The Vipers, in fairness to them, managed to overcome that really devastating injury, and they've been very good since then. In a very topsy-turvy game, it has to be said, both sides trading the leads on a number of occasions. But it's Metz with the slightest of advantages as we go into the second period in just about a minute's time. Both sides attack really on top here in the opening 30 minutes. Defenses, which oddly enough are both teams' kind of pride and joy, haven't really been up to the task so far today. You can expect that to change a bit in the second half. Things may get a bit more nervy, a bit tighter, as the prospect of a bronze medal becomes a reality for both of these sides. And the woman on your screen there, Elina Fagerheim, has come in and done a very good job so far. She's made some fine saves. The second choice goalkeeper for Vipers. She's the only goalkeeper left for them. And it'll be interesting to see whether there is a goalkeeping change for Metz after Ivana Kapitanovic got the start. She did a fairly good job, but conceding 15 goals is not ideal, so we may see Laura Glauser come in at some point. And both sides look like they're ready to get this second half underway. In our first game of the day here, and a quick reminder that we have at 6 o'clock Central European time the final between Rostov-Don and the back-to-back defending champions Győri Audieto KC. That's coming in just under 2 hours time. But our focus now for the next 30 minutes of handball is the bronze medal match. And it will be Metz Handball who have the 1-goal advantage. They get us started here at the beginning of the second half, attacking from left to right on your screens in the yellow and blue kit. And Vipers defending on the right-hand side in the pink and black. So as expected, Laura Glauser does get the start in goal for the second half, so a change there. But besides that, the team which ended the first half for Metz in attack remains on court, with Xenia Smits on the ball here in the left-back position. Ball into Engwan, and really, that's like a Route 1 option for them at the moment in attack. They're just flinging the balls into Engwan on the line, and she's doing the rest. First goal of the second half is just that. Nice steal there by Grassadi. She looks for the counter-attack opportunity. Ball out to the left-hand side is an option for Manon Huet, and Huet puts it away. Brilliant start to this second half. Come flying out of the traps Metz have. That ball by Reistad, plucked out of the air by Zadi. And a nice ball in there to Manon Huet. Reistad to Arntzen. Reistad tries to go alone. Oh, a bit of an impromptu in-flight goal there for Kristiansand. Ball deflected from the defender, but she reacted well to it and caught it in mid-air, put it away, and made it a 2-goal game again. The first goal of this second half for Kristiansand. Jombla into Zadi. And Kristiansand have to be wary of the line player now. That is Route 1 at the moment for them. Smits tries to go alone. She's fouled on the way through, and just a 9-meter throw given. Plenty of discussion going on in the Metz bench, while right in front of me, Ola Gustav Ekstad looks on. The piercing eye on his Vipers defense, looking for an improvement here in the second half. Smits tries to go alone over to Nyombla. Flip doesn't fancy it. She recycles the ball over to Smits again in the center. Cuts back inside. Nyombla with a beautiful finish. We've seen a couple like that from her. Dealing with playing this right-back position very well. Third goal of the game for her. One on the fast break. 2 goals just like that. And on both occasions, Jeanette Kristiansand just a bit late coming out to get her, and giving her the opportunity with the sidearm shot, far post. Reistad shoved as she tries to get the ball moving. This time tries Arntzen, who cuts inside. Reistad space on the left. That's a nice ball out to the right wing, through the legs of the keeper. And Amala Nauna gets her first of the second half. third of the day. Kristiansand making a 2-goal game again. Nice breakthrough there, and a penalty given to Gras Zadi. Sweet little shimmy there, one side, the other, and Silja Voda was left with no chance but to foul her. And now for her first penalty of the day, and a chance for Melanie Nokandi to get her name on the scoreboard. Nokandi, save by Fogelheim. Gets the right way. She was sitting back, didn't fancy the power of Nokandi to be any trouble for her. And she was dead right. She read that shot beautifully. Got her right foot down to it. Nice save there for Fogelheim. Reistad lays it off to Voda. Voda saved by Laura Glauser. Nice stop from the French international. She's looking to get the ball moving quickly here. Smits out to Nyombla. Nyombla cuts into the center, tries to go 1-against-1, lays it off to Tania Smits, who tries to go over the top, but this time good defending by Jeanette Kristiansand. Nyombla, the Smits, Zadi. Smits looking for some motion here, looking to get the wing players involved, it seems. Line switch with Engwa, lays it off to Zadi. Ball back into Engwa, nicely done there. And she is having a fantastic game so far today, Astrid Engwa. Getting her hands on everything. And almost every single time she gets her goal as well. 5th of the day for her from 6 attempts. And the passes are not easy as well. She's always got some defenders around her, Engwa, but really dominating the line at the moment. That brings up the 20-goal mark for Metz. Reistad has her shot blocked down and out for a corner throw. Kristiansand gets us going again from the left wing. Voda lays it off to Auna. Auna goes near post and scores. 2 in quick succession for Malin Auna. Zadi to Smits. Nyombla out to Flip. Laura Flip. Oh, and off the post. The counter-attacking is excellent from both of these sides today. Really pushing the pace at every opportunity. Reistad tries to go alone as well through the legs of the keeper. And as I was saying, they're pushing the pace at every opportunity. Henny Reistad with a nice finish there, and all action. Absolutely non-stop. We've already had 40 goals on the scoreboard. Just 36 minutes of play. Both sides really giving their all here, both naturally wanting to come away with a victory at the end of this weekend. This has been their daily task, the thing they've been building up to all season long, trying to get to Budapest and the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. As Nyombla, Nancia Nyombla said to me on Friday, this is what we do day in, day out. It's very different to national team, where you're here for 3 weeks. This is what they've been building up to. As Grassadi steps up for this penalty, over the head of the keeper, nicely done. Fogelheim gets back just a bit too late, and very composed finish by Grassadi, her 3rd of the day. And Alina Fogelheim just a bit too jumpy there as she was stepping up and allowed Zadi to easily drop it over her head. Arntzen, ball across to Voda. Arntzen looking for some help from Kristiansand. Jeanette Kristiansand saved by Glauser, and it's a Metz ball. Long ball over the top to Laura Fleep. Excellent stuff, and an even better save by Fogelheim. Wonderful handball all around. First of all, a pass over the top by Tania Smith, which any NFL quarterback would be delighted with. Flip did everything required of her until the finish, but all credit to Fogelheim. Arntzen. Reistad has a bit of space to work into. Reistad with the shot, it's a foul. And Smits did well to cover her ground after initially allowing Reistad to come into the 9-meter area. Bauda, Reistad, in comes Auna from the right wing as a second-line player, and that's straight into her hands, but she can't turn quickly enough. Doesn't matter, though. Penalty given. Amala Auna didn't really know what to do once she got her hands on it. Two players right on top of her, but as you can see, both players defending inside. And even though she didn't turn to take the shot, she gets her penalty. Lynn Solland comes back in for this penalty, places it in the top left-hand corner, and that's another goal for her, adding and extending her lead at the top of the top scorer chart. Ball into Edvige, she turns, ball into Nyon Blah, across, stolen, Vipers on the fast break. Arntzen to Reistad, who'll go 1-against-1, but that's an attacker foul. Good defending there by Edvige. Stood her ground well. Reistad looked to drop the shoulder, but in the end just ran straight into Edvige. And a big smile on Beatrice Edvige's face as she looks over to her bench. Solid defending, and it maintains Metz's 2-goal lead here. Smits, Zadi looking for Nyon Blah. Oh, she lays it off to Flip, and it's wide. And to be fair, Nyon Blah probably should have gone alone there. She had all the time in the world. And Flip unable to find the back of the net with that lob. Bauda, shot blocked down, a chance here in the fast break. Looked up to Huet, but she was being marked well. Good transition defense there by Vipers. And it means that Metz can take their time here in attack. Nyon Blah. Flip. Smits in the center. Zadi out in the left back position. Edvige waiting for the ball. Nyon Blah back out to Laura. Flip again. Saved again. Chance on the fast break. A space on the left-hand side. Back across. Now Auna's waiting. Shot in from Arntzen. It's madness here. Ball over the top to Huet. Looks for the outlet and throws it back over the halfway line. Glauser happy. Fagerheim with some excellent stops here in this second half, doing very, very well since coming in for the injured Lunda. Zadi to Nyon Blah. Smits. In comes Laura Flip as a second-line player. Oh, and that's nicely done. One step and a shot by Tania Smits. Catching the defense off guard. And a 3-goal lead now for Metz. Ball temporarily lost by Reistad. And with that foul, Ole Gustav Ekstedt decides to take a timeout, his first of the second half. A 3-goal lead for Metz here as we're into the final 20 minutes of this bronze medal match.
Marta, det viktig nå igjen da, at vi må komme rundt linje, ikke bli for lave I noen fase, og ikke bruke noe mer tid på omstilling. Vi må være kjappere på plass, og vi må hele tiden jobbe rundt linje. Nå så går Henny I midten, og så går Marta til venstre. Vi starter med en høyre, og der også kan det være mulig å sette opp plass utover. Her, så da må du forflytte deg videre utover der, Silje. Så innspiller Marta, mot andre. Og så, hvis det noe tidspunkt man skal vise hvor godt trent man så det nå. Så det nå. Det I dag vi skal løpe. Ja.
Deux choses. En défense, il ne faut plus que la 25 elle marque un seul but. Elle ne sait rien faire d'autre que du duel, belle qualité, mais elle ne sort jamais un seul ballon. On l'a vu quand elle est venue sur Grasse, Xenia, etc., il n'y a pas un ballon. D'abord, il faut qu'on se responsabilise dans le duel, à proprement parler, un poste 3, etc. Derrière, on est tous très prêts, tous hyper réactifs pour s'enchaîner. Ne venez pas trop vite, ne la prenez pas non plus pour une débile avant même que le duel soit lancé. Par contre, dès qu'elle engage, on vient fermer dans le dos. Et la première des choses, c'est que vous ne perdez pas le duel sur la séquence. La deuxième chose, c'est que la porte, en attaque, elle va passer 25 fois. Soit avec Grace Donciane qui va y aller. Grace Donciane et la pivot qu'on aura ici. Il y a plein de choses.
So we're back underway here. with Vipers in attack, 3 goals down. Let's see if this timeout has helped them in any way. Marta Tomats has come back into the fray. Her shot is off the post, picked up by Flip, and a chance for Metz on the counter-attack. We've had wave after wave of counter-attack in this game over the last 5 minutes or so. Smits tries to bundle her way through. She's taken down by Reistad, and there's going to be a little pause as we clean up the floor. Xenia Smits will be much happier with her performance so far today, much better than the semi-final. And at the moment, looking fairly good for Metz. They've come out flying at the beginning of this second half. Their defense at the moment looking a lot better as well. Still a long way to go though. Flip comes around. Smits looking for some space. Nyombla, Zadi cuts into the middle. Ball into the line is cut out, but the referees give the free throw. Not too sure why. Marta Tomats not in agreement either. Well, came off her knee there. And that's what the referee called. Jekstad also not a happy camper either. Still arguing with the referees, but nothing he can do about it now. We're back underway with Nyombla. Smits. Zadi has space. She lays it off to Flip. Flip over the head of the keeper, but over the top as well. That's a couple of misses now for Laura Flip. Reistad lays it in to Tomats. Voda to Reistad, and then Tomats decides to slow things down. Her and Reistad switch in the backcourt. Both playmakers in their favorite position, but at the moment sharing the duty between center and left back. Voda. Tomats. In comes Auna from the right wing. Tomats with a bit of space. Looked for the line originally, but cut back inside. Good defending here by Metz. Reistad out to Auna. Oh, and that's a nice finish as well. And it was Silja Voda, sorry, they put it away. Auna was in as second line, and that looks like a hamstring injury, unfortunately. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, temporarily at least. Anna Nuet looked in serious pain and not looking too comfortable at the moment either. Holding on to her hamstring. And that shake of the head says it all as well. She's up, thankfully, but not able to put any pressure on that leg. That's her game done. Unfortunate to say, and that's the second injury we've had in this bronze medal match. One for Katrina Lunda, which looked like a knee injury in the first half, and now Manon Huet, who is having a fine game out on the left wing, had a fine weekend overall. And that's the end of her day, I fear, as she gets treatment down on the bench. Tomats. Kristiansand. Around comes Reistad in as a second-line player. Kristiansand looks to go 1-against-1, lays it off. Voda, Auna, recycled back into Voda. She's got a bit of space for the shot, and oh, somehow finds its way in. Took a deflection off the defender, and that sent Closer the wrong way. She got a hand on it as well. That lob shot by Marianne Maubon was not a lob at all, and a chance now for Vipers to draw a level here. What a change it will be if they can get a goal now. Defended by Edvige, and the foul called against her. 2 goals in quick succession for Vipers. Sees them back within 1 as we approach the final quarter of this bronze medal match. And Edvige managed to get the ball away, but there was also a shove on the back of Mathilde Christensen. And as you can see, Manon Huet has been treated immediately, but I fear she will not be seeing the court again today. Tomats. Ball across into the line. Spin by Kristiansand. Just a free throw given. Edvige not giving an inch there. Ball in from Soland. Was a good one. Kristiansand trying to battle her way through. Soland, ball out to the wing. No angle, ball back into the line. Kristiansand, and penalty inside defending called against Edvige. And that was good thinking by Molenauna. Realized she had a terrible angle. And Kristiansand wasn't expecting it, but she reacted well as well. And Lynn Soland steps up for this penalty, fakes it once and places it in the top right-hand corner. Exceptional penalty shooting from this season's top scorer of the Women's EHF Champions League, and her goal sees Vipers draw level. 3-goal run for them, 23 goals apiece. The timeout called by Metz with just 15 minutes left on the clock.
Pas du tout dans les duels pour moi, dans le duel avec la gardienne de but. C'est ici, Marion, le lob il est injouable. Engagez-vous, allez taper fort un second poteau en bas comme vous avez l'habitude de le faire et ça passera tranquillement sur la séquence. On fait enchaînement attaque-défense seulement. Laura, tu continues à défendre parce que tu le fais bien et vous changez avec Katia sur la séquence. Dans le temps à venir, on joue une situation de queen renversée. L'idée c'est que ce soit Xenia qui remette le temps fort ici et on va jouer. Les filles, dans le choix des enclenchements en attaque, vous emmerdez plus. Jouez un kill là-bas parce que c'était bien, ici et ici. Et jouez des situations de queen renversée ou des situations nous permettant de prendre la porte là-bas. Pensez à tout comme enchaînement. Grâce, on scène à l'intérieur, on scène à l'extérieur, on scène là-bas. Il faut enchaîner. En défense, on est un peu moins vigilant, les filles. Allez.
I kontra. Martha, hva skulle vi fremover?
Vi kjører stive venstre. Trekker på, så får du hjem mot den miksen. Hvis ikke så ruller vi bare, for de går seg bort når jeg trykker. Ja.
Og så her nå. Jobber med høyde hele tida, kom på utsida av 6 meter. Vi har fått noe brøyt imot. Det får vi med oss hvis vi går tydelig inn der. Ok? Kom nå.
So we're into the final quarter of this bronze medal game at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. And it's all square here, everything to play for. Zadi across to Nyombla, looks to go 1-against-1. Good defending by Kristiansand. Zadi has a go now through the center, gets her way through. The shot is wide to the left. And just a free throw called. In comes Smits to the center-back position. Line switch with Edvige. Nyombla waiting on the right-hand side. Zadi cuts it over to Smits. She gets free for the shot, and a penalty called. Frustration all around the Kristiansand defense there as the referees call inside defending. Let's look at that one again. That's a very borderline call to me. The decision is made, and Zadi steps up for the penalty and buries that one in the left-hand side of the goal. Fagerheim stayed back in her line again. It worked last time, but this time just a bit too much on it. Nicely placed shot by Zadi, and Metz have the lead again. Soland, Tomats, Reistad in the center, Tomats on the left-hand side, looking for some space. She gets her shot off, but a foul called. Reistad, Soland again. Tomats looking for an option, decides to go 1-against-1, gets that ball into the line, but Edvige is all over. Kristiansand really heavily involved in this game so far today. Has done a fine job as well, considering she's played in the entire 60 minutes in attack and defense, besides the pair of 2-minute suspensions he had. Tomats, Reistad tries to find a way through. Smits is having none of it. Soland to Reistad. Tomats, Smits waiting. Soland on the right-hand side as well, but Tomats is held up by Flip. Hand is now up for passive play. Reistad across to Tomats. In comes Soland from the right-hand side. Can she get some space? Tomats now going 1-against-1. Marta Tomats gets free, and Vipers are back level. And Metz going down the other end immediately. Zadi, Nyombla cuts inside, and the pass goes astray. Good defending by Metz Kristiansand. Just the free throw called. And both sides stepping up their defense here when it matters most. And the big question is which side can produce the goods in attack now. Jon Bla, line switch with Edvige. Noncian Jon Bla into Grassati. Oh, beautiful save! Elina Forgaheim again. What a day she's having. Metz Kristiansand into Tomats. Tomats lays it off to Sulland. Sulland from long range. And Vipers have the lead now. Big moments here. It's a 5-1 run for Kristiansand. And they've come back so well from this 3-goal deficit. And doing it at the right time as well. Hitting it the business end of this match. And while it's so close, I think I have to say that if it ends up in a draw, we will go straight to penalties for this bronze medal match. There will be no extra time. And Ole Ekstad did a little spin there as he was getting frustrated with the referee's decision. His accreditation falls off and he gets a yellow card as well. Nice spin though from Ekstad, showing he's still got plenty of spring in those legs, the former Norwegian international. Zadi over to Smits. Ania Smits is free and Forgaheim got a hand on it, but not enough to keep it out. Smits equalizes, 25 goals apiece. Tomats across the Sulland. Rystad waiting on the left, but Tomats decides to go alone and she's held up by Edvige. Sulland. Tomats. Rystad. Rystad, oh, that's wide to the right, but she's fouled on the way through and the referees call a late foul. And with just over 10 minutes left here in Budapest, the final European game for these two sides this season. Rystad with the low shot is blocked down, but ends up in Metz Kristiansand's hands in the wing. And they go again. Sulland across the Rystad, cuts out to the right-hand side. Sulland's got some space, and oh, Linjorm Sulland reeling back the years with a couple of long-range shots in quick succession. Her 7th goal of the evening. A few of them have come from penalties. But as soon as she saw that dotted 9-meter line, she decided to back herself and had every right to. Laura Glauser has been given the hook. Kapadanovic comes back in between the posts for the final 10 minutes of this game. Edvige, Jon Bla, Smits. Smits cuts in, 2 line players waiting for her, looking for the pass out to the wing, but she's fouled. Zadi, Jon Bla, hand is up for passive play. Zadi over to Smits. Smits from long range. And Zania Smits makes no mistake, her 5th of the day. Excellent long range shooting here from both sides. Sending the keeper the wrong way. Excellent jump shot. Kristiansand goes wide to the left with her shot. She hasn't seen too much action in the backcourt. Really trying to make her mark whenever she has the chance. She was free for the shot there, but couldn't find the target. And now Metz have a chance to go in the lead. As we've seen so many times today, these two teams swapping, handing over the lead to each other. Zadi, the left shot. Smits tries to break through, good defending, ball over is stolen, but a foul on Smits. Kristiansand in the thick of it, as she has been all day. With just over 8 minutes left to play, the tension here can be felt all around the arena. Both sets of fans trying to give their everything for their side here. Smits runs into trouble, and it was her own teammate she ran into. Ball goes to Kristiansand. Tomat's ball out to Sullen on the right-hand side. Sullen cuts in. She's got space for the shot, and Lynn Sullen with 3 goals in real quick succession, taking it upon herself to give Vipers the lead again. 8 on the night. Brilliant stuff from Lynn Sullen. You can see what it means to her teammates now. 27-26. Levsha, Smits. Ball into the line, and that's a foul and a penalty called. Referees had no doubt about that, as Katarina Levsha came in as a second-line player. You can see she got her hands on it well. Eventually, it was Silja Vada who got the ball, but there was a foul before that. She had her hand around the neck of the attacker, and it's a penalty for Metz. And Gras Zadi fakes once, twice, and eventually, in what seemed like the longest 3 seconds of all time, he equalizes. Fagerheim eventually sent the wrong way. And still, no side gaining a considerable lead here in the final 10 minutes. Kristiansand goes one way, then the other, lays it off to the wing. Kristiansand again. Tomats is bundled to the ground. She's done well since coming in, really settled this attack in the playmaker position. Anderson comes in as the second-line player from the left wing. Tomats tries to find a way through alone, spins one way, then the other. But the center of this Metz defense is looking very strong, and it's time for the final time out of the game for Vipers and Ole Gustav Jekstad. Let's see what he has up his sleeve for the final roll of the dice.
Bytt med Emilie. Og 2 spillere nå, en sammen Mathilde. Går det bak og rett opp på skudd. Stille opp med Emilie. Og så blir det viktig her oppe nå at vi er kontante. At vi fortsetter å sette 1 mot 1 duell når vi får en. Ikke kikke så mye. Rett fram. Og så bruke linje. Før å slippe igjen til Mathilde med spill i ryggen, og gjerne da via
Ikke rykke for langt. Bli stående rykke, skal jeg legge.
Martha 2-er, Emilie 3-er.
À la ligne une fois. L'idée c'est d'imaginer la perspective pour eux de jouer une séquence. On va se redésaligner après parce que ça me semble intéressant. À mon avis, elles vont jouer les choses assez lisibles pour nous. L'ouverture de la demi-centre qui rentre, la rentrée de l'évière. Katia, tu dois pousser l'évière. Après, le changement, il est bon. Mais le trou, c'est de savoir un tout petit peu plus vite. Je sais pas dans quelle mesure vous êtes fatigué, mais le poste 3 ici, il est encore plus que vous, la numéro 9 là. Donc les situations de Queen, elles sont intéressantes. Béatrice, sur les situations de duel sur cette joueuse-là, ne viens pas trop vite là.
Back underway here. Final 6.5 minutes of the bronze medal match here in Budapest. Kristiansand in attack with Arntzen back in at left back. Attacker foul called. Fast break opportunity down the left-hand side. Oh, nicely broken through. And it's Marianne Maubon who went flying down that left wing and gives Metz the lead yet again. Ball out to Vada on the right wing. Tomats brings Kristiansand into play. Arntzen, Sulland. Sulland has a space, plays it to Vada. No space left on the wing and strongly defended by Maubon. Arntzen into Tomats. Tomats tries to go 1 against 1. Arntzen. Tomats has no space there. She's hunted down by a pack of women in yellow. And the hand is up for passive play again. Arntzen, will she go alone? She tries to go over the top, but not enough pace running onto the ball. They need to shoot this from long range either Sulland or Arntzen. Arntzen ball into Tomatz was a great idea, but doesn't connect. Chance now for Metz to extend their lead to 2. Levsha on the right wing. Well defended there by Vipers Kristiansand. Covered the ground well in defense. Frustration for Kristiansand, but they're giving themselves a chance still. Into the final 5 minutes now. Jan Bla, Zadi, Edvige waiting. Levsha comes in from the right wing, waiting on the line. Edvige has space, and Edvige puts it away. 2-goal game, 29-27. Tomatz looks for the space. Sulland cuts inside, lays it off to Arntzen. Tomatz on the right-hand side now. She's got space, she goes through, and off the post, and just a free throw called. And boos ringing around the arena, as many felt that could and should have been a penalty. Just a free throw, though. Tomatz to Arntzen. Arntzen again has space down the middle. She lays it off. Sulland goes alone, shot through the legs, and this time it's a penalty given. Maybe making up for the last decision, but either way, it's a penalty for Vipers, and Lynn Sulland will be the one to step up. As you see, there was inside defending there by Maubon. And Lynn Sulland steps up to try and cut the deficit to a single goal again. Sulland fakes once, and again the top corner. Her shooting, the precision from the 7-meter line is exceptional. 9 goals now for Lynn Joram Sulland. Again finding the corner, and it's a 1-goal game. Just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Still plenty of time for things to change here. More than once as well. Jan Bla to Zadi. She cuts out to the right. Jan Bla now. Oh, that goes over the top. Fagerheim with the quick ball over the top to Arntzen. Kristiansand. Arntzen over to Sulland. Sulland out to the wing. There's no space for the shot, so it's recycled by Voda. Arntzen, a hint of too many steps there, but it remains a Vipers ball. Reistad now in at left back. Ball into Arntzen. She doesn't fancy the shot. Back into Reistad. Hand will be up for passive play. It is up for passive play. Reistad tries to break through herself. Over to Arntzen, into the line, picked up, spin, goal! Oh, well, well, well. Matilda Christensen. What a game she's having on the line. What a goal that was. Plucked it out of nowhere, on the run, spins past Edvige, off the bad leg. And gets herself her 5th goal of the day. To draw the sides level yet again. Just over 2 minutes on the clock. Smits tries to break through off the underside of the crossbar, and a free throw given. Did everything right there, Smits, just lacking a bit of luck as the ball couldn't go over the line. And Ole Ekstad, as he has done all day, arguing with every decision made. This time calling steps, but no steps given. We're into the final 2 minutes here. If it's all square, after 60 minutes, we go straight to penalties. No extra time for this bronze medal match. There will be, if needed, in the final, but here we go straight to the shootout. Smits, Zadi, Smits, plenty of space. Ball straight into the hands of Sulland, though. Fast break opportunity for Kristiansand. Reistad into Arntzen. Henny Reistad cuts in. Does she fancy the shot? And Henny Reistad comes into contact, but her right arm is free, buries it. And down the other end, the goal doesn't count for Metz. Alzania Smits was fouled before she got the shot off. Well, that is a moment of clutch play from young Henny Reistad, just 20 years of age, but backed herself, beat one defender, came into contact with Edvige, but still unleashed that right arm to bring up the 30-goal mark and give Vipers the lead again. And a timeout The final timeout for Metz, the final timeout of the game, with just over a minute left to play. Will there be one more twist or turn in this game? Let's listen into the coaches.
Passe plus là-bas et qui change avec Katia. Dans la il n'y a pas de changement avec la défense. Je relance poste 1 ici et Laura poste 2. L'idée c'est de jouer une situation de kill fermé avec Laura flip. Il ne faut pas de faute offensive, il faut qu'on fasse ça proprement. À mon avis, ce qui est toujours le plus intéressant pour nous, c'est la crédibilité qu'on mettra dans la feinte ici. C'est-à-dire que tu arrives vite, Laura tu matérialises, tu mets la grâce. Grâce derrière, programme rien du tout, fil extérieur. La vérité c'est que la plupart du temps, on le gagne ici. Pas de triche, pas de faute offensive. Un bon bloc comme en première mi-temps et ça va rouler. Quoi qu'il arrive, derrière, si on marque pas, on se redésaligne. Si jamais on marque le but, on regarde comment ça se passe. Si on marque pas, on se redésaligne en 3-2-1. Si on marque, on regarde les joueuses en place. Allez les filles.
Allez. À 3, 5, 2, 3. Allez.
Der oppe. Får vi se hvor langt ut vi kommer. Men ball til en mot en. Ikke så mye i forkant. Bare få balltrekk unna og løp. Mathilde jobber hardt for å være spillbar.
So here we go, the final throws of this bronze medal match at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. Will there be another twist in the tail? Laura Flip goes into contact, an attacker foul called. Looks like the correct decision from here from the German referees. Anguish on the face of the Metz fans as they really tried to force that one in. That was the pre-planned play, but the Vipers defense stood strong. Aggressive defending here from Metz. Reistad tries to break through. She goes into contact and earns the free throw. 32 seconds left to play. Arntzen in the center. Sulland. Reistad tries to break through, lays it off to Arntzen. Arntzen into the line. And a penalty called. Time is off as well. 21 seconds left to play. And a goal here for Lynn Joram Sulland from the penalty line. This season's top scorer in the Women's EHF Champions League will guarantee victory and the bronze medal for Vipers Kristiansand. Sulland places it in, as she's done all day long. 2-goal game, surely no time left to equalize here. Ball out to Flip on the right wing. She scores. 7 seconds left to play. 5, there's nothing doing here for Metz, because in 1 second the final buzzer will go and Vipers Kristiansand have come out of this incredible match with victory and the bronze medal in their very first appearance at the Women's EHF Final 4. Just look at the delight on their faces. What an exceptional performance from both teams, who gave it absolutely everything. And what spirit, what fight and determination from the Norwegian side, who after 15 minutes lost their #1 goalkeeper, their legendary goalkeeper, Katrina Lunda, with a knee injury. They managed to put that setback to one side. They fought back from a deficit on more than one occasion. In the final quarter of the game, there were 2 goals down, but they managed to turn it around, take the lead. And you can also see from the tears in the eyes of the Metz players just how much this game means. Who dares say that bronze medal matches mean nothing? You just need to look at the reaction from both sets of players and staff and fans here to show how important this game was to these players. Both teams will have been disappointed with how their semi-final went, particularly the first half, but both sides bounced back today to produce a wonderful game of handball and an excellent start to finals day here in Budapest at the DELO Group Women's EHF Final 4. And the team of Ole Gustav Ekstad, who's come back to coaching after a 3-year break after he left Larvik. They were the real surprise package of this season. last season in their very first campaign at this level. They were knocked out in the group matches in the opening round, but in only their second season have come all the way to Budapest, to the Final Four. And after a disappointing loss yesterday, they have secured themselves the bronze medal. Both sides can be really, really proud of their efforts here today. And although the injury to Katrina Lunde is a real dampener for them, they fought in her name. And just look at what it means to every single one of those players. And a big, big shout out to Elina Fogerheim, who put in a momentous performance between the posts. I'm pretty sure she was not expecting to play a big part in the game today, but she was ready when called upon and pulled off a plethora of incredible saves also from the penalty line. And for the Norwegian side, in their very first appearance here, well, if this doesn't inspire them to come back and come back stronger again next season, then I don't know what will. And Lynn Jorumsulland, who played a pivotal role in the victory here today and also their run to Budapest this season, their top scorer and the top scorer in the Women's EHF Champions League this season. She gets her medals. And after what seemed like a very frustrating weekend overall for Ole Ekstad, it's come off with a bronze medal. It's ended on a very, very bright note for him and his team. And hopefully Katrina Lunde will be able to enjoy it with them. And there are your bronze medalists. Norway, Vipers Kristiansand. Delight on their face. And I'm going to go down and have a chat with one of the players now. So from the commentary side for me, Chris O'Reilly, that's it. I'll be back with you in about half an hour's time here on EHFTV.com, where live coverage from the gold medal match, the final of the Women's EHF Champions League between Rostov-Don and Jury Audieto KC. But for now, all eyes on Vipers Kristiansand, the bronze medalists, after a 31-30 victory over Metz.
So ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for Vipers Kristiansand for winning the bronze medal. And most probably, I'm talking to the top scorer of the whole competition, but we'll still have to wait for the final. So I can congratulate you for actually 2 awards winning. Can you show this to your crowd and to everybody here who is curious, how does it look? The bronze medal, are you happy with it?
I'm so happy with it. That we are the 3rd best team in Europe is just crazy.
How crazy this bronze medal game was. And we should mention.
So I'm here with top scorer of the game and in the entire Women's EHF Champions League this season, Lynn Jorumsulland. Congratulations, first of all. The coolest woman in Budapest as well. During that final penalty, what was going through your head? Because every single penalty before that was picture perfect, finding the corners. Was it any different this time around?
No, it wasn't. I've been doing this for so many years now, so I'm used to this dress. So I really enjoyed it, actually.
Well, it definitely looked like it. And I mean, let's talk about the mental strength of the team as well. Now, obviously, the injury to Lunde was a big blow, but you managed to recover from that. You came from behind on at least 2 or 3 occasions by 2 or 3 goals. The mental strength also after yesterday's semi-final performance was huge.
Yeah, I believe in the team, and yesterday was really bad performance by us. But today we show our strength and it's at a much better level. And I'm really proud of our young goalkeeper, Lina, that's stepping in this way. That's really strong of her.
Well, yeah, big players stepping up all over the court today with Fogerheim and then yourself. Also with those long-range shots in the second half are incredible stuff. I mean, talking about the season as a whole, I know the top scorer trophy is not something that you were thinking about during the game, but also alongside your bronze medal is a nice way to finish the campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really nice and we really enjoy to play today and looking forward to play with this team.
Well, a great finish to the weekend and I think it inspires you to come back next season stronger, right?
Yeah, of course.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
With them, but all together I think that you will get great applause from this crowd.
Mais elle sort jamais un seul ballon. On l'a vu quand elle est... La porte en attaque, elle va passer 25.
hideg, nyáron meg lefordítva, tehát télen meleg, nyáron hideg, ez a legjobb.
So these are very comfortable, very good looking. A vezetők, valamint a játékvezetők iránti tisztelet jegyében sportszerűen.
This is the second goal for Linjorm-Suland, goal number 81 altogether. World champion, 4 times European champion, and 4 times winner of the Champions League. Half of the game. After goal number 10 for Linjorm-Suland. And a big reply from Laura Flip. Fourth position, congratulations for both sides. Mehet? Odaadom a legfőbb munkaeszközömet, jó? Vigyázzál nagyon. Rendben.
Sziasztok győriek, és mindenki, aki magyar! Én annyit szeretnék csak kérni, hogy most is viselkedjetek úgy, ahogy egész évben. Ti vagytok a legjobb szurkolótábor a világon, illetve az összes többi olyan szurkoló, aki Magyarországon él, és a magyar csapatnak szurkol. Ugyanúgy adjátok önmagatokat, és legyetek a pályán a 8. játékos, és nagyon-nagyon remélem, hogy sikerülni fog. Hajrá, Eto, hajrá, Győr!
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference for the match for third place here at this year's DELO Group Women's EHF Final4. The first rankings are confirmed, and Vipers Kristiansand are the bronze medalists at this year's event. Metz Handball, in their first year as debutants at the EHF Final4, they've reached fourth place. The eventual result of the match was 31-30 for Kristiansand. And for this press conference, I would like to welcome from Kristiansand head coach Ole Gekstad and the top scorer of the Women's EHF Champions League 2018-2019, Linjorm-Suland. And of Metz Handball, I would like to welcome here head coach Emmanuel Mayonade and Xenia Smits. Emmanuel, first question to you. You were visibly disappointed at the very end of the match. Could you tell us a bit what was going through your mind at that point?
I will speak in French. It will be easier for me. Très déçu, triste, bien sûr, plus que hier encore, parce que le match pour la 3e place signifie beaucoup de choses pour nous.
So he's very disappointed, sad, even maybe sadder than yesterday, because this third place game was very important for them.
Le match de la 3e place, c'est un match où il faut jouer au handball, bien sûr, mais où il faut aussi montrer beaucoup de caractère, beaucoup de combativité et remettre beaucoup d'énergie.
So, of course, this game for the third place, of course, you have to play good handball, but you also have to show real character, real strength to be able to come back.
Et ce soir, on a mis de l'énergie, On a joué au handball, on a plutôt bien combattu, mais on a perdu.
And today they put the energy, they played handball, they fought well, but overall they lost.
Alors un grand bravo à Vipers pour le match qu'elles ont fait, pour le parcours qui est le leur depuis le début de l'année. C'est une équipe qui, je pense, nous ressemble un petit peu dans ce qu'elles peuvent produire en général, je crois.
So we also would like to give a big congratulations to the team of Vipers for their game today and for their whole Champions League, because he thinks it's a bit of a similar team to theirs.
Et on a essayé de produire un handball de qualité, on a mis beaucoup d'énergie, on a demandé beaucoup de choses aux joueuses, à l'image de Ksenia qui vraiment encore pour moi a fait un match super, mais l'équipe a fait un match super. Nous avons eu 4 ballons de plus 4, je crois. Et nos difficultés à les concrétiser permettent à l'adversaire de rester encore un peu dans la course, et c'est peut-être ce qui nous a manqué sur la compétition.
So they really fought hard. They put a lot of energy into it. It was really a big fight, just as Ksenia as well. She asked a lot of the players and they gave a lot. They had a number of occasions. They had 4 occasions to go to +4, and maybe it's also that they weren't able to convert those that let the other team come back and not conclude the game.
Alors maintenant, pour nous, il y a 2 choses à faire. C'est prendre un petit peu de recul pour analyser ce qui vient de se passer sur les 48 heures passées. Essayer et tout faire pour revenir ici l'année prochaine, pour gagner un match, et puis peut-être un deuxième. Et puis se remobiliser assez vite, parce que mercredi, nous avons la finale aller du championnat de France à jouer, et que c'est un objectif très important pour nous si on veut revenir ici l'année prochaine et vous revoir à toutes et tous.
So now the next step is to take a step back and to analyze what happened, what could be done better, and really the goal is to come back next year and win a game, at least win a game. And the other thing is that, of course, Wednesday they have the final of the French Championship, so they will also be able to need to concentrate to that, so they will be able to come back next year.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Ole, it's 4 years ago that you were here with Larvik. Back then you won the semi-final but lost the final. Now you've lost the semi-final but won the third match. What does feel better?
It's more okay to win the match on Sunday than to lose it. That's my first answer. But we are facing a great team, and Metz has been fantastic all season. So I've been very impressed with the way they have performed in Champions League and also in domestic league. So we faced a great team. I'm very happy that we won. We had a difficult start on the match with Katrine going out with an injury. I hope that she gets well soon, but we managed to pull it together, and I'm very, very proud of my girls, how they fought and how they performed and how they went for it all the time. So I'm very happy.
Do you have an update on Katrine's injury? Have you heard anything already?
No, I don't know anything yet.
Ksenia, let's try to put these 2 matches apart. And if you look at Metz's season as a whole and reaching the Final Four for the first time in the club's history, what is it that you can take away from this experience and from the entire season for the next season and potentially already even Wednesday's match?
Yeah, first I'm really proud of my team that we are here. Even if we lose both matches, somebody have to lose. It's not good for us that it's us, but I think this team has a great potential, and we have some experience now from these 2 games, and it's just it's not showing our image from the whole Champions League season this year and this season, and it's yeah, it's a bad feeling now, but we can be proud of this season with all the teams. So yeah, tomorrow maybe the world looks already a little bit different, and we can be proud again. But now it's just yeah, disappointed.
Lynn, you're the Women's EHF Champions League top scorer. of the entire season. So first of all, thank you very much. Congratulations. If you look at the entire season, it's Vipers' second year in the EHF Champions League. It's the first time you've reached the Final Four. What do you put this rise to the top down to? What do you think are the reasons for Vipers' rise all the way to the EHF Final Four this year?
It's hard to put the finger on a few reasons. I think it's many of them. I think we work hard and we have a good group of players. And we showed today that we have a good mentality and we have even a young goalkeeper stepping in, saving a lot of balls. So, yeah, I think we are a great team.
Thank you very much. I'd like to open the floor for questions. There are no questions, then thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much, especially to both teams, and we'll see you again for the final. Thank you.